Hello, I'm Sue McMahon and I'm cookery editor of Women's Weekly magazine, and I'm going to show you how to cook steak with a stilton and mushroom sauce. I've got the steak, 2 fillet steaks, and I'm going to put some seasoning on the top of them. So some freshly ground black pepper and a little bit of salt. And in the frying pan I've got about 1 tablespoon of light olive oil, and I'm heating this before I put the steak into it. So I'm adding the beef to the pan with the seasoned side down. And then I'm going to season the top of the beef as well. So while the steak is cooking, I'm going to occasionally press it down to make sure that it does have a nice brown surface underneath where it's touching the pan. This is fillet steak that I'm cooking, so it only needs very quick cooking because it's a very tender cut of meat. So the cooking is to seal it and give it some colour on either side. But I'm not going to overcook it because I want it to stay slightly pink in the middle. So I'm going to turn it over. And again, I'm just pressing it down in the pan so that it will brown evenly. So the steak is now brown on both sides, but I can see it's still very pink in the middle. Some people like it at that stage, in which case you can take it out of the pan, but I like it cooked slightly more. It all depends how thick the steaks are as to how long it takes them to cook. I think these are cooked enough now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of the pan, and I'm going to add to the pan 250 grams of sliced mushrooms. These are actually chestnut mushrooms. And then I'm going to cook these for about 4 or 5 minutes until they soften. And so the steak doesn't get cold, I'm going to put it in a warm oven, only on a very, very low heat, just to keep them warm, but so it's not cooking them. So you need to stir the mushrooms occasionally to make sure they don't burn. They need to colour evenly. So once the mushrooms have started to turn golden and they've shrunk back quite a bit, I'm then going to add 4 tablespoons of masala to the pan. And then I'm going to cook this until the masala almost completely evaporates. So it's reducing it down and it's concentrating the flavour. So it needs to simmer gently for 3 or 4 minutes, just stirring it occasionally. So once most of the masala has evaporated from the pan, I'm going to add some double cream. And this is 1 small carton of double cream. So the cream needs to simmer until the sauce thickens a little bit. And I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. So firstly, some freshly ground black pepper. And a pinch of salt. But I'm taking care not to add too much salt because I'm going to be adding Stilton cheese, and that can tend to be quite salty. So the sauce needs to simmer away until it reaches a coating consistency. So now it's thickened, I'm going to add the Stilton, and I've got 100 grams of Stilton which I've crumbled up. And I'm going to stir it until the Stilton almost completely melts. It's nice to have a few little bits of Stilton left in the sauce. So to serve the steak, just transfer the warm steak onto a plate, and any juices that have run out of the steaks while they've been kept warm in the oven, you can tip into the sauce because they'll add a little bit of extra flavour. And stir that in, and then spoon the sauce over the steak. And this is really nice served with mashed potato or new boiled potatoes, and then either some green vegetables like green beans or with a green salad. So this is my finished steak with stilton and mushroom sauce.